Beyond the best performing command recognition, we are also extending commendations to the officers and men whose works and dedication to duty have impacted the performance of their various commands. To this end, a number of personnel have been specially selected based on recommendations from MMIA, FCT, Ondo, Kogi, NAIA here in Abuja, Kano, and Kaduna State commands. They shall be getting letters of commendation and other incentives. Indeed, all of those receiving commendation letters who hold the ranks of Superintendent of Narcotics and below are deserving of accelerated promotion and are hereby promoted. You are hereby promoted to your next higher ranks. We have spent the past 4 months implementing various measures aimed at repositioning the agency, with emphasis on strengthening the capacity of our officers. In return, we have reaped high-impact, far-reaching results that leave no room for any doubt about the efficacy of the strategies we have adopted. The results justify our efforts. The evidence is clear for everyone to see. It is a collective pride of the agency that our efforts are daily yielding positive results, and we are being appreciated by the public. Now, you hear people talk about the new NDLEA on radio and TV, the newspapers, and on social media. Various groups and institutions in society seek to partner with us in the renewed war against drugs. I just saw something that was trending in the media, and I would invite the Director of Media and Advocacy, if you have it, to read it.
Thank you, sir. It was...
I want every one of us to understand that the feats of the NDLEA being hailed nationally and internationally couldn't have been possible without each of us putting in our best efforts. In other words, the achievement of the NDLEA so far is the sum total of the efforts of all the officers and men across the various commands in the 36 states and the FCT, as well as the special commands. That is to say, the credit goes to every one of us here and in our various commands. We did not bring in a new set of operatives to implement our new action plan. We are still the same officers and men of the NDLEA. We are breaking these new grounds because of our collective resolve and our dedication to service. Were it not for you, the achievements of the past 4 months would not have been possible. We wouldn't have been able to arrest 2,175 drug traffickers. Neither would the seizure of over 2 million kilograms of assorted illicit drugs have been possible if you had chosen to do just the minimum work across your various commands. If our approach has been one of business as usual, we would not have been able to seize drug and cash valued at over 90 billion naira in just 4 months. Think of what a fraction of that would have been would have done to the various criminalities. Just a fraction of that 90 billion if it had been sold and given to either the insurgent groups or any of those criminal groups. The filing of over 2,000 drug cases in court with over 500 convictions was made possible by the collective efforts of you, our officers and men, who decided to go the extra mile. Today, it is part of our records and collective credits that we are not only breaking down the high walls shielding drug cartels, but also reining in drug barons. So, every one of you, our officers and men, spread across the country, made the achievements possible. I want to assure you that the agency will not rest on its oars. Our offensive action will not stop until our streets, communities, towns and cities have been cleaned up of any remnant of illicit drugs. While we keep up the offensive in the field, the leadership of the agency will daily continue to work out effective strategies and tactics to sustain the momentum. That is why we have strengthened our Directorate of Assets and Financial Investigations to go after all assets or funds linked to drug trafficking, which had led to interim and final or future orders on assets and funds worth billions of naira linked to the drug traffickers and barons. Even now, of significant interest is our current investigation of a 30 billion naira slush fund believed to be proceeds of drugs. This is being investigated. As we are gathered here today to recognize and applaud you for your outstanding performances, let me also remind you that the reward for good work is more work. And as such, I want to charge you all to go all out from here and do much more, so that in another 2 months, when we are reviewing our records of performance, by the grace of God, we will have doubled what we have. Those receiving commendation awards today who are above the ranks of SN, we know what to do. I thank you all, and I wish you safe journey back to the